apologies. Well, the reminder is perfect timing. So today's session, we are creating a Power BI project. Let me just call it that way, Power BI project. That will take us from start to finish. So we are starting, this is the way normally when you are creating Power BI reports, this is the normal approach you take. There's first of all starting with the Power BI desktop. So the Power BI desktop is what you will use to create your reports. Let me show you. I've opened it on my computer. So this one, this is the Power BI desktop. If you look at the name on the top left, you see Power BI desktop. So that's where normally you create your report from. Then when you are done with your report, you will need to publish it or push it to Power BI service. Okay, so when you are in this Power BI desktop, there's what I will just bundle as there's the model that you are creating, which is a combination of the data set and the relationships between them and whatever formulas you create. Then there is the actual report too. Okay, so these are the things that will interact with on the Power BI desktop. Okay, then on the Power BI service, there is that report too. Whatever report that you push, that you have created in that other one, it is also going to show up in the Power BI service when you publish. So this stuff now, I should just write it as publish so that you understand what I mean. So I push from Power BI desktop to Power BI service. Now, when I do the pushing, the report will come to report, right? This model will come to data sets, right? There's one more thing that it's only in the Power BI service you can create it. That one is called dashboard. It's not difficult to create, but just to let you understand, so that when I'm doing all these things, you already have the idea of where we are going to and all the different parts. So in a small write-up like this is it. So this is what we want to do, right? So let's get started. I'm going to go to show you the data I want to use. So I've created a folder, and in the folder there are 4 files. For now, don't worry too much about whether the data is something that you can relate with. Though sales data, but the key thing is don't worry too much about the actual transactions. Pay attention more to the processes we are taking in achieving the result. So this is the raw data we are going to use. Now, what's inside those files? So this is one of the files. Sales data is a sales transaction table of a pizza restaurant business. Okay, I think it's about 1 week sales. So I decided to use something not too large. Then, now all those sales, each branch has a branch manager. So if you do very well today, like if you are very active, we're going to promote you as branch manager. We'll substitute some people, remove some people, and put you there as branch manager towards the end of today. But there's no salary attached. And there's another file called sales target that I have that is to show for every product what the company has set for target. Now, don't ask me whether is this daily target, monthly target, just first of all, let us see how to do a very, very cool and a bit sophisticated anyway. Then this is the daily target. Okay, so these overall daily targets anyway, in case you're asking, is this target for one product or branch, all branches together? Okay, then maybe to answer your question, actually this is a 1 week target. So this is a 1 week sales target. So it's not like it's that not structured. So step number 1, we need to bring in all the data into Power BI. right? In a Power BI, you have get data, and you have all these options, right? And if you go to more, you are going to see that there's a whole, I think it's over, we all know it's over 100, but I think it's significantly over 100. You know, the amount of data you can connect to. So you at your own leisure, just try and scroll through. For me, what I want to connect to is their Excel files. And just when the session was about to start, I'm trying to work on something. So maybe you guys will be the first people to benefit when I'm done. So I'm trying to create. I hope I've not deleted it. I'm going to cry if I've deleted it. Okay, great. So I'm trying to create. Hey, my deployment is done. I'm trying to create. A lot of times we are all using Excel in most of our training, but the truth is you are not supposed to be using Excel in real life. You're supposed to connect directly to the source data, because if you're using Excel, the same problem we are trying to overcome when you're doing Power BI end-to-end automation is going to exist, right? So most times you want to go above Excel. Where is Excel getting the data from? And a lot of time it's coming from your enterprise software, maybe SAP, Dynamics, Sage, whatever solution you are using, that's where you used to download the Excel from. That's where normally you should connect to, so that when the data flows into the enterprise application, it is being pulled directly by your Power BI. So what I'm trying to do is I've been creating a Nigerian version of this AdventureWorks, but it's taking too much time. So I want to just first of all start, instead of delaying too much. I think I'm almost done, but I want to start with using the AdventureWorks as it is. So I've created it. It will have a training password and that I can share to people. Then in training like this, we can be able to use it together. After training, I go and turn it off before you guys finish our money. So see, if you notice, I call it training class. So hopefully you will benefit from this when I am done. Then we'll be able to do something more related to real life, where you should be connecting to database rather than connecting to Excel. But for now, just bear with me as we still use Excel. So I'm going to click on Excel. Where did I put that folder? I think I put it in documents. Maybe it's in downloads. Yeah, it's in downloads. So I'm going to quickly bring in the sales data file. Okay. And I'm going to bring it in. There are some issues it has, right? So we need to go and transform the data. So I will click on transform data. So transform data, this is it, this one. Because it has some issues I need to fix. There are some columns that should not be there, blah, blah. So click on transform data. It will take me to the backend. So take me to Power Query. Let me not say backend. It takes me to Power Query. Let me say the right word so that, by the way, I hope you still see my screen and all is as good as it should be. I'm going to knock out these two columns because they are empty. I'm going to change this time to time actually. I'm going to, what other thing needs fixing? This is looking good. Okay, good. So I don't need serial number, if I can take it out. So right as I'm in here, I can bring the other files. I can go to new source, go to Excel, bring in branch data. I'm going to pick it, do OK. This one is fine, it needs no changes. I'm going to go bring in another one, daily sales targets. And this looks okay too. So I'm going to bring the last one, which is sales target itself. And I pick it. You will notice my computer is fast today. Like I've upgraded my PC. So I'm now using an 8-core PC, 16 CPUs. It's a gamer's PC. That's what this data work has gotten to, it has gotten to the level where one has to be buying gamers PC to work. Otherwise, the other one was, I was not enjoying my experience anymore. So I do close and apply. Huh? So this is us bringing in the data into the model. At least you can see loading data into model, detecting relationship, blah, blah. So these two portions, let me say, this is reports, but then this two like this is the model that we are talking about. So this is what equates our model, okay? And this is where we are building the reports, okay? So because of time, let me just write it. Reports. It's not easy to write on the mouse. So this is going to be reports. And this is going to be, this represents the model. Okay, so you are going to be seeing a lot of report model. Look at it very well, because that's exactly what I mentioned here. Okay, in the Power BI desktop, the model is going to translate to data set when we publish. The reports will go to report. Okay, so you see that there is a rhythm to, let me not say our madness, there's a rhythm to our moving up and down. Okay, so I'm going to normally, people say you should start from here and create relationships, but sometimes you might need to use formulas to create some additional things that will be the basis of your relationship. So I will say, well, since they are both modeled by my own statement, right? Start from anywhere you need to start from, right? But obviously you need to start from one of these two or these two before you jump here, right? This will be your last part in your report creation. So I'm going to start from here first anyway, so to see if there are any things I need to create that are not there yet. So this is looking good. This is good. This is looking good, but I can do one thing. I can make it to be in Naira since these are money related. So I look for Edo is the fastest to find. But the thing is, even if you pick Yoruba Naira or any other Naira, the answer, the effect is the same. I don't know why they decided to split us into different tribes. I go to the next one, sales data. Price is nice to also have the Naira sign. Okay. Then I have price, I have quantity. I would like to have amount sold. So I'm going to create a new column. So I'm going to call it sales amount. It's going to be equal to the price multiplied by the quantity. Okay. I just want to be able to monitor the chat box and all. Let me just turn on everything on my screen. I have 3 screens actually. I don't want to miss anything. Okay, so let me put chat on this other one. All right, so good. So I'll be taking a look at it once in a while. This thing that I've done is cool. I would like to let it reflect Naira. Okay, so the idea we have it. This other one, I'm going to also make it reflect Naira. So I think I have, this one should be 0 decimal places. I think I have all I need, yeah. So I have all I need for now. I can come here and do the relationship, right? The relationships are not difficult. So if you click here, branch to branch, it has done that for me. I need to also relate these other ones date to date. So I drop it on top. One more table is hiding in the corner. I go and expose it. I need to relate the product to product so that it will know the target for each. So they are all one-to-one relationships. What did I say? No, they are all single direction relationship, but Power BI is smart. It will always get the cardinality, whether one to many, one to many. You just drag what should be dragged on the other. Then you can create synonyms if you want your Q&A to work. We'll test it out. So I can say, in case the person, maybe I have an oga that likes calling money kudi. How much kudi did we make, or whatever. I had them here as synonyms for the sales amount. What other things? Maybe branch. Maybe some people call it region. Maybe some people call it state, city, you know, whatever it is that anybody will have called it, I try to capture. Similarly to, I'll do likewise here in my branch here. So I try to capture all the synonyms. It's called synonyms. So that if you call it any of those names in my Q&A, yeah, my quantity, I don't think anybody will call quantity. Maybe they can call it units. How many units did we sell? So maybe that's good. How many units? Okay, so that's fair. That makes sense. So I'm done with here. So let's go do our report itself. So the report itself, I want to give a slicer for you to pick time from. If we had time, I could have created a date table. But no, we don't have that time. I'm not interested in creating a date table. So let us just drag dates in here. Let me see if we can mark this as our dates. No worry, just leave it. I'm going to move this up here. We can always rearrange afterwards. I'm going to turn off the header. Okay, so good. Something has gone wrong. I was hoping to see a line. Let's check. Yeah. Oh, I turned off the wrong thing. I turned off the slider. It's the slicer header I wanted to turn off. Because I was looking at where is the line. Okay, good. And I want to show transactions by, tabular computed in, so matrix. If you have used pivot table in Excel, this is pivot table in Power BI. It's called matrix table, matrix or matrix, whatever they call it. So I'm going to say, I want to be able to see by branch. No, let's do by product. By product. Then see total quantities that were sold, total sales amount as percentage of total, sales amount as percentage of grand total. Okay, this is good. So let me just correct this name and say not bad. Let's leave it like that way. So I'm going to just okay. Then I'm going to bring in a logo. So I think I have Domino's logo. So I'm going to go to grab their logo. I go to insert. I go to the image. I go to Power BI folder. Yeah, so I have Domino's Pizza House logo. Let's just use their logo. Let's borrow their logo without permission. So good. Then I want to show a pie chart that allows you to be able to see the sales by different branches. So legend here, and let's put sales here. So I will prefer that the legend, this thing that shows all the color and blah blah, I'll prefer it's up, or more importantly, I would even say the data label it should show all details. So I'm seeing the names and all, Ikoyi, the total amount and the percentage, and then I can go here and turn off the legend. So that way my space is not reduced. Then I want to customize the theme. So if I go to view, I can go here and say, you know what, I want to customize my current theme. So I want it that I am okay with this. The font type, I don't like Segoi or whatever it's called. Let's treble check, okay? The title, font size. I would rather want to change the back. For the title, I would like to change the background, but it doesn't give me the option here. The cards, these cards, this font size is too large. Let me tell you what I mean by too large. When I drag a card here, and I want to show total sales. Me, I think this is large. It takes too much space, right? So I want to reduce the default size. Let me add another card. Copy, paste. I'm going to drag quantity there. And what other things will make sense to add on a card? Yeah, so let's add one more card. We're going to call this one. So one will always be showing total sales, The other one we always show, so like this. One will always show total sales. The other one will show sales for whatever you have picked. And shall we add one more? And that's good enough, Total sales, yeah, and percentage, yeah. So I'm going to add one more, call it percentage. Okay, so all of this, I want to arrange them properly. I go here, I say align top, then distribute horizontally. So maybe this is good. Okay, good. Funny is not looking too big anymore. Maybe because I changed the font size. Okay, so I'm not done with my customization. Go back here. So I was here, right? I was saying this is too big, but suddenly it's not looking too big anymore. So let's leave him. We forgive him. Forgive it. Visuals. So do I want my visuals to have a background? Do I want them to have a border? Do I want them to have a header? Do I want them to have a tooltip color? Do I want to customize the header, the border? Let's give it a border. And then let's say the border is color blue. Then also that thing should we... Whenever you bring an image as a background, you will not see it because of this default transparency set to 100. So if it worries you too much, you can just set it to 0 here. So you don't have to be like, why is my image not showing? Filter pane. So for now, you get the idea. You can customize things. Let's not, my time is ticking. So now you see that the stuffs have come up, right? So I want to give them shadows. We'll give them shadows later on anyway. But I don't want my logo to have a... I think I've overdone it. All right, let's go on. I'm going to add a map. So you see everything I bring in comes in automatically with a background color. So I'm going to add a map. The problem now is, let me reduce this guy. Okay, this is fair enough. And this is not bad. Yeah, this is looking good actually. This thing can be like a rabbit hole. Eh? Once you start, you just keep entering one corner to the other. So this, I'm going to this. I've gotten an idea. This and this. Okay, so what was the idea? I said, yeah, just remember the idea. Good. Okay, so I don't need these two guys to have a border. I'm going to go and remove the border for this. Okay, because they are two different, I need to pick them one by one. So I knock the border off from there. That one, this one too should not have a border. Good. I'm happy with it this way. So I am going to something has gone wrong with this. Percentage. Good. I bring the branch here. I bring the manager into legend. So you see who is managing what. I bring the sales amount into size. So you see who's made the most sales. So this should be good enough size. I'm going to put this down. Good. I'm going to put a line chart. I'm going to put a line chart. I'm going to add dates. I'm going to say I want to see the sales amount. Okay. Then let's squeeze in one more thing here. Let's put in a, it looks like it's going to fit nice here. Okay, good. So what am I going to do to this guy? I'm going to drag the product to axis sales. Let me show you something about this small multiple. I don't know if you have used it before, right? I'm not going to use it because it won't be too nice here, but if I put branch here, right, it will start showing for different branches. Let me scale it up so you see what it looks like. So it can be really nice. It allows you to show different stuff at the same time on the same chart. Okay, but it's not going to be, it takes too much space. That's the problem you will find with it. So except that pie chart, I mean bar chart is the key thing that you want to show all throughout. It might not really work out well, like is in my case now, right? So I want it that many more minutes do I have? Good. I'm going to start doing some similar formatting. So I'm going to say title should be sales amount by products by pizza. I want it aligned to the center. Which kind of background is going to look nice? So I'm thinking of, let's try something. If I give this guy a shadow effect and I give everybody a shadow effect. This guy's shadow is overtaking this other guy's shadow. So I'm going to put this guy's shadow behind. View, selection. This other guy. I'm going to take him, put him above this one. And actually it should be behind here. And this guy, this. Yeah, not bad. This, let's drop him a shadow too. This shadow, this shadow, this shadow. Okay, so the key thing I wanted to check, let me check if it's going to look nice. Look for a blank space, go here, give this a it's almost there, but something else is ruining it, this guy here. So let's just forsake, let's not worry about it. It's not bad by itself. Okay, so I'm going to give the title let me just pick a convenient color here. Okay, do likewise for this one. Move it to the center. Sales amount by trend. This one, I'm going to do likewise, and this is going to be sales amount by branch. Then this one is going to be, yeah, it's also sales amount by branch. Just to align it center. And this one, I'm going to color the column headers. Same color. So let me take this one off so that you see the things a bit bigger. Not bad, huh? So let's put in a small sales report. Okay. What if you want to see, it doesn't make sense here, but I just want to show you, because if I show you, you can always use it where it will make better sense. So let me say, keep it that way. I want to create a tooltip where when you put your mouse on this, right, you'll see the sales that made up that particular transaction, that particular portion. So I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to say, I want to change this to a tooltip. So you see page size tooltip. Then I'm going to drag a table inside. Just click on a table anyway. I'm going to make it fill up the entire stuff, the entire page. Okay, so I'm going to say it should show, since this one already shows by product, I'm going to let this one show by date. So it should show date wise. should show date-wise the sales and the quantity. So I'm having a problem with the way it's looking, right? We can fix that quick. The dates can use a shorter format. That other one is really too long. So I can bring it down to this. And if you want, you can further customize its custom format. The thing has gone up in smoke. So let me just take it back to the one I had put it before now. This is good enough. Okay, so what other thing do I want to see? I want to see sorry. So instead of quantity, right? I'm going to change this here, put time range here. So we're able to see how our sales is distributed. You know, what we sold before 9 a.m., after 9 a.m., you know, all of those days. And let's see if we can bring down the size a bit so that everything fits. Okay, I think this is looking like it. So I like this. Just I come here and do what we did to column header so there is consistency in the look. Okay, not bad. So tooltip, and I'm going to go here. I'm going to pick each one of them. I'm going to go to tooltip and I'm going to set it to sorry. Now I'm having a small issue. This okay, good. Good. So I'm going to yeah. Why is my tooltip not showing up? See this last week. Sorry, I'm going to fix it. Come in, let me just check something. Okay, good. I've seen the problem. This guy is not going to give me a dick. So this page, I need to first come here. Sometimes this thing can make you look stupid, huh? So now it will work. I've seen what the problem was. I thought I've seen where the problem was. Okay, this here, yeah. I was like, where is it again? So yeah, so when you put your mouse on this, it shows this. Okay, too much trouble. Let me tell you what the problem was. Whenever you want a page to be a tooltip, so if you want a page to be a tooltip, you need to also turn it on here that it's a tooltip. So that's the step I omitted. So, and when I was trying to do it, this other thing was covering the entire space. So that was why I had to first reduce this so that I can turn this on that this is a tooltip page. Okay, so from there on it becomes usable. So how many more minutes do I have? Let's see. Okay, so let's see how much we can squeeze in. So I'm going to do that on a few places so that you see the effects nicely. Yeah. Tooltip. So now you put your mouse there, you see the daily sales that happen. So that's enough. Maybe I'll just hide it on this too. Again, they can say, as we know, too much of a good thing can run your tummy. Okay, so with that part done, I want to publish it. So before publishing, I want to create rules and say different people should see different, just what is for them. So I'm going to create Bagada manager and say this person should only see his own branch. I want to create, so to be faster, I'm just going to copy that. I want to create which other one, Ikoyi. You should see only his own. I want to create Lekki. The persons assigned there should see only their own data. I want to create Ibadan. The persons assigned there should only see their own data. I want to create, there's one more, Surulere, and the person assigned there should only see their own data. I want to create a national or GM, let's say national. The person assigned here can see everything, okay? So that's done, I hit save. Then I want to publish. So I'm going to hide this anyway. Hide the tooltip. Before I hit publish, let's go to view. So if you're seeing it on phone, how should it look like? So if you're on the phone, maybe the logo, yes, you should still see the logo. This time stuff, yes, it's cool to see. But now it's looking really, maybe this is the way to show for you, right? Then this table, yeah, I need you to still see this table. Just that now it's taking almost all the space. So maybe we'll ditch the table then. Maybe, yeah, this one, you should see this. What other thing will I like you to see? Okay, not bad, but it would be nice if maybe I ditch this one too. I wanted to be able to see the line charts. Maybe that one should have come before even the.
Hello, Chief Michael.
Yes, sir.
You still have space for us to see this bar chart. When you scroll down your mobile view, it shows you have more extension to populate the layout.
Yeah, my problem with the bar charts, why I don't want to put it up,
okay,
is, so let me add it. If I add it now,
yeah,
I don't even want to add it anymore, sir. If I add it, for it to go nicely, I have to make it really, really long. a bit.
Oh,
So you see this. So
oh,
if I'm going to add it, I want to make sure I'm adding it last. And that's
okay,
add. Let's
okay.
add it. I've already added it. So let me just keep it and bring in space for this guy here. So at least whoever needs to see something else, we don't have to go through this the trouble of scrolling too much. Where do you get the whole idea? Arrangements is, I'm thinking I can squeeze in the cards, right? And the cards are not even done. So for the cards, I need to, so let me exit the mobile layout. So if I toggle it off, this one, I'm supposed to do total sales. So I come in here, I do total sales. So total sales. I'm going to say it's going to be equal to calculate sum of the sales amount right? And I don't want the effect of anything, okay? So I'm going to say you should use my entire sales data. It should not, or one other way, you can say remove filters. So there are so many ways to do it. But for now, this might not be the most efficient, but for my data science, this is not going to cause any performance issue. So this one is what I'm going to drag to this first one. I want it to always reflect total sales. Now, before I drag it, let me show you why. If you click a branch here, you'll see that this changes. Everybody changes, right? I want my total sales to not change, regardless of what you pick anywhere. Okay, so I'm going to drag my total sales into this card. So that way, you see, it's no longer changing. Anytime you are looking at the report, no, regardless of what you click, that will always reflect total sales. So that's why I want that to be there. And let's just let it have the Naira sign. So I'm against time. But I'm almost done. It's just I'm trying to squeeze in too many than I planned originally. Where is Edo State now? Edo Naira. Then I wanted to do something about percentage sales. So I want this to show, the percentage contribution. So percentage of total sales, percentage sales. So that's going to be equal to sum of sales amounts divided by the total sales we have just done. Okay, and I'm going to make it reflect in percentage. So that one will help you see how much to the total did whatever you pick contribute. Let's knock off the decimal parts. So if I pick here now, it will show that it contributed 21% to the total sales, right? So maybe that's nice to have. Something came to my mind now that I think it would be nice to add. I've forgotten. So let's move on. We were in the mobile view, right? I was thinking we can add one of these. Can we squeeze it in? Let me delete this guy. Let's just add total sales here. You know what? Let's forget about it. At least you know how to do all of this. So if you like it, you do it. So this is not bad anyway. Yeah. So I knocked this out. So I'm done. So I'm done. I publish. I go to home. I go to publish. It asks me to save. I call it Power BI office hour 43. So this office hour, is it 43 or 44? Let me just put the date. Today's date is 13 June 2021. Okay. So let's publish. I will put it in my workspace so it doesn't go and show up in people that I share workspaces with if I put the different workspace. So I go to the file itself, to the report. And voila, so this is the report. I want to be able to create a dashboard out of this report. So the dashboard I want to create, I want it to reflect this total sales. So I pin it, click on pin. So I'm going to call the dashboard PB Office hour 43. I thought I said I can't remember if it was 43. So I pin that one. I'm going to pin this chart over here. I'm going to pin it to that. I'm going to pin this pie chart. No, not pie, bar chart. I'm going to pin the pie chart. I'm going to pin the map. That's enough. Demonstrate. So I go to the dashboard. So again, you are back to arrangements. This can be a bit tricky to arrange now. Anyway, I'm going to just arrange it anyhow. So let me go back to the dashboard. So I'm going to say, okay, this guy takes up all that space. Then Q&A. Let me go back here. So I can ask and say, show. I want to see the sales amount by branch as this chart that looks like a tabular form. I keep forgetting the name. 3 map. Okay, and if I like it, I pin it, right? But you know what's interesting? Remember we use Kudi as, so I can say show me Kudi, and it will know that that's what I mean, right? And if it is units I want, I can say I want to see the units, and it will know that I meant quantity. Okay, so all those things we did at that time, you know, they carry over to this place. And more importantly, if I want alert, I can come here and say I want to set an alert. If sales goes above, maybe our target is 50 million, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It should notify me via email. Okay, so that's there too. I'm not interested in getting emails. Then I want to set up my scheduled refresh so that anytime things change, let's go back to the report. I can share this report with you. So if I go to share, they've changed the share experience. I almost got lost yesterday, or 2 days ago when I was teaching a class, and between just the last class I had and like, when did they change this whole experience? So now this is where you come in to enter people's email and all. Okay, so I want to, you know, start sharing with people, blah blah. So that part you can, but then let's go to another interesting part. If I scroll down and I go to the data set side and I go here, so I go to settings. No, go to security first. Let's go to security. So all those different groups I created, I can start attaching them to people and say, you know, this is where I want to plug in this my colleague. I want to plug in someone else in here. I want to, okay. So I'm making people different managers and I can test. So when this person is seeing the report, what is he going to see? This is what he's going to see. He's not going to know that there is another branch. He's going to think everything is just Bagada. And then when someone who is in Ibadan checks or logs into my report, he's only going to see his own branch. And if I don't know where you will see, I can type your name by email and say, what will this person see when I send him the report? And it's working on it. It's saying this person is going to see what Bagada, right? So that's that part we did. Then to capital, so the last bit is if you go to schedule refresh. So schedule refresh, I want to turn on schedule refresh. What has gone wrong? I'm unable to turn on schedule refresh. Why? The files that I'm using, they are sitting in my computer. They are Excel files right there in my computer, right? So that's on premise. I need to create a data gateway and say, so I need to configure a data gateway to allow me to be able to connect to them and be able to let Power BI talk to those files that are sitting right there on my PC, on my computer. So I come here and I say I want to connect, I want to add to gateway. So add to gateway. So it's asking me the name of the file. So I'm going to call this PBI sales targets, the office hour sales target. PBI office hour, Power BI office hour sales target. And I put in my computer name and password. I don't want you to see my computer name and password. Not you generally, but like people who watch the video, because these days I've been getting all kinds of funny things happen to me and it's related to passwords and all. So let me just put in my username and password. So I've done that now. Put my username and password. What I didn't want you to see has eventually popped up. Funny. Okay. I go like this. I had them again. Don't worry, since this one will be PBI sales data. And this one will be PBI daily targets. And this one will be PBIO branch data. So I'm going to show you the equivalent of magic. So just wait for it. So now everything is as it should be. Apply. Then I come here and finally I can turn it on. I can say it should refresh every 7:30 in the morning, so that by the time my bosses at work or my colleagues go to the report, by 8 a.m. or whenever they get to the office, they are seeing a refreshed view of the report. You can have more time. I can tell you to do in the noon and blah blah. You get the whole idea. But what's the magic I want to show us, right? So I'm going to close this so that you will know that it is closed. Closed, right? If the data changes underneath, how will it automatically show for my report user? So let's go and demo that. Let us make one of you the branch manager. So let us remove Donald Trump. Let's make Raphael the person who is taking over from Donald Trump. Who else should I use here? So let's use Madam Gumi now. So who are you going to take over from? You take over from Baba. So
okay. Please, I hope you don't like cows, though. We are tired of cows in Nigeria.
Okay, so once you've done this, right, and you shut down, you blah blah.
I don't want the bathroom. Lucky.
You want Lekki. That's the one that occurred to you. You didn't see that you're taking over from the president. So, if I go back to our report, all my users, when they go back to our report, before I even go, if we waited, the refresh that we have set will work. But assuming we are in a hurry, we're actually in a hurry. It's past 7 o'clock. I can tell Power BI to do a forced refresh. So refresh. So it's going to do a forced refresh. And you can always monitor the refresh history to see what's happening. So it says the refresh is in progress, but the refresh is on demand, it's not scheduled. If it was the one that was triggered by the scheduling we did, it's going to show scheduled refresh. Let's check if it is done. So it says completed. So if I go to the report, I should be able to see your names there. Let's go to the reports. So voila, are these not your names? Are these not your names? See, I can see Oluwabumi, I can see Raphael.
That's true. I'm in US already. Can you imagine?
Yeah, there. So your names will start showing right instantly there. And I just use names because that's very easy for you to know if it has changed. But more importantly, is the fact that if the figures have more records have come in, if things have changed. So this is a report that by itself every day to be regenerating to reflect the current status of things. So thank you very, very much. I hope I've been able to show you and not confuse you in 1 hour how we can create a fairly robust report. The data is not too complex, but at least we try to compensate by doing some complex things. You could call this complex, kind of. Even me, I almost got thrown off when I was doing this, right? What other thing? We added ability for different people to see what was theirs. We added schedule refresh. This is the end-to-end, Every day this will be refreshing itself. If I needed to send to some people daily, I can create subscribe and say, okay, these people should be getting daily reports or maybe weekly reports on Mondays to Fridays at what time? At 8:15. You should send to them, forever till 2040. And boom, I put their emails there. And you'll be getting the emails. Okay, so any questions before I close off the session? Merci beaucoup, Monsieur Anthony. I see your. So any other questions? Are we good?
Yes.
Okay, so thank you very, very much, and thanks for staying to the end. Have a nice week ahead. Have a nice holiday tomorrow, and see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Yes, sir.